We'll start standing at the back of the mat. Okay, feet under your pelvis, just find your grounding here, hip width apart. Even if you need to look and see that your toes are facing forward, your heels to the back, pressing your feet all the way down, finding the lightness in your arch, and then take that big inhale up. Start to draw the abs up and in, and exhale. Inhale, bring all the hands all the way up, and then hold the arms up, and we're gonna just start to march the right foot up. Bring the right foot up any amount, and then place it back on the mat. Left foot up any amount, and back on the mat. We're gonna do that 3 more times each way. And notice, are your abs starting to automatically turn on just by trying to keep your balance here? Last one each way. Feet are down, walk the feet 1 inch apart, maybe about shoulder width apart. And then we're gonna hinge at the hips for our squat, and then come up, squeeze the glutes, knees tracking forward, hinge at the hips, come up and squeeze. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. This morning I was wearing these pants because I was like, if I have to run right from the boat over to teach Pilates class, I want to be ready. Hold this one all the way down and little pulses. And since I didn't end up going on the boat this morning, waiting this afternoon, I thought I was gonna go say hi to my husband's mom because she was right by there for 3, 2, last one, all the way up. Take a big inhale up. He told me not with this outfit on. Go all the way down to the toes. So I don't know if my pants are that crazy, friends. Walk all the way out to your plank. I thought they were just, pretty normal. Lengthen through the heels, lengthen through the crown of head, and firm those abs up and in. Pull the belly up and in a little bit deeper, and then rounding, making your spine like a wave, rolling up into your downward dog. Lifting the sits bones high, pedal the knees up here. And breathe. Pressing both heels back, coming up onto the toes, rolling all the way forward, back into your plank, holding your plank. Float the right leg up, point the toe, and lower that leg. Float the left leg up, point the toe, lower that leg, take a sort of downward dog. Take a breath there. Again, we're gonna roll back forward into our plank. Holding here, hold the right leg up this time, point the toe, and little pulses of the leg up. Engage in the glute, pulse up. Keeping the hips squared, lower that foot back down, lift the left foot up. And lower that leg all the way down, back to your downward dog. We're gonna lengthen the right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip to stretch. Open your right side oblique. Take a breath there, let the weight of the leg pull you open. My pelvis is cracking all over the place, so hopefully it's a good stretch. And then we'll square the hips. We're gonna step that foot through, reach the right hand up to the sky. A little twist here, get some opening. And we'll bring that hand back down to the mat, step back to your plank, take it back to your downward dog. Lifting the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip, stretching out through the left side. Take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll square the hips, bring that foot all the way through the hands, reaching the left hand up to the sky, take a twist. And we'll bring the hand back down to the mat, step back into your plank, hold here, draw the abs in, micro bend the knees, straighten. Micro bend the knees, straighten. Micro bend the knees, straighten. Bend the knees, step the feet in so the knees are underneath the hips, but you're in your hover. Holding here, shoulders are over your wrist. Draw the abs in for 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll bring the knees down to the mat, press back, child's pose, take a breath. You can have your knees wide or your feet together, whatever feels good for your child's pose this morning. One more breath there. And then you're gonna roll yourself up onto your hands and knees, coming into your cat stretch. Drop your head, drop your tail. Pushing your spine to the sky by pulling those abs up and in, and then head up, tail up, into your cow. And into your cat. And into your cow. And then all the way back into neutral. Let the abs relax for 1 moment. And then magnetize your belly button up into your spine. Extend your right arm and your left leg at the same time. Relax your right foot. And bring it back to center. Other side, lengthen. and back to center. So keep everything square. Drawing the abs up and in. So the shoulders away from the ears. One more like that each way, keeping your pelvis as still as you can. All the way back to center, roll the toes under, draw the abs in, hover the knees and inches off the mat, you're in your hover. And just breathe. Shift your weight slightly forward. So your shoulders are right over your wrist. Press the floor with your knee, pull your abs in even deeper for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, bring the knees down. Turn the fingertips towards your knees. And then just do a little circle, stretch out the wrists, forearms, and reverse. And back to center, turn the fingertips back forward. Turn the eye of the elbow so it's facing forward. Hover the knees again up off of the mat. Shift your weight slightly forward and micro bend the elbows and straighten, bend, and straighten. The elbows are going back towards the body, but it's just a micro movement for 4. Pull the abs in, lift out of the pelvic floor. Last one, knees down. Turn the back of the hand onto the mat, fingertips face your knees again. And then shift your weight backwards just a little, because it's probably not going to feel so great. So ease into it. It doesn't feel so great because we need to stretch it, and this is a stretch we never do. Take a breath there. And then let's bring the hands back down to the mat. Normal way, fingertips facing forward, hands underneath the shoulders. Slide the shoulders away from the ears, roll the toes under, draw the abs up and in. Hover the knees again up off of the mat. Either staying here or pull your right knee into your belly, kick the leg long. Pull in, kick the leg long. In, and extend. 2, extend. Last one, extend back to your hover. Left knee into the chest, kick leg long, squeeze. In, extend, in, extend. For 2. Last one, back to your hover, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Knees down, child's pose, press back, take a breath. Inhale. And exhale, reach the fingertips a little further forward, drop your butt a little heavier to your heels. And then you're gonna bring yourself all the way up and out onto your belly. Like all the way onto your stomach, folding forearms together. Forehead comes down to the forearms. Keeping the legs on the mat. Feel your hip, waist, and pubic bone press down into the mat. Feel how your belly button can magnetize into your spine. And then floating your upper body just an inch or 2 up off the mat. Think a little bit more forward than higher. And lower everything down. Drawing the abs up and in, press your pubic bone down and lift. And lower. One more time, lift and hold. Lift maybe a touch higher without compromising in your low back. Pull those abs in, lift your elbows up. And lower everything all the way back down. Staying all the way down on the mat. Relax the upper body. Float the right leg in and jump off the mat by engaging the glute and lower. Left leg lift and lower. So everything else stays still. You just float the leg up by engaging the glute. Abs are in. One more like that each way. And then both legs float up off the mat, draw the abs up and in. And start a little flutter kick of the legs. So the upper body is just relaxed. The legs are kicking. Shoulders are melting for 5. Last one, lower it all the way down. Extend the arms out to the front. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, on your exhale, you're gonna float both arms and legs off the mat. And then just pull your elbows back to touch your sides. And reach forward. Pull the elbows back and reach forward for 3. Float the thighs up a little bit higher by engaging the glutes. Pull those abs in. Last one. Extend out long. Refold the arms. Lower everything down. Take a little relax there. One more here. So the shoulders away from the ears. Let's float, or let's extend the arms out long and then float the arms length up again. We're gonna lift the right arm, left leg an inch higher and back to floating position. Other side, you lift it a little bit and back to floating. Lift and float. So it's a very slow swim, opposite arm, opposite leg. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. Draw the abs in. One more slow swim. Bring it back to center. Refold the arms, lower everything down, shake the pelvis out. And then we'll press ourselves up and come all the way onto our booty. Grab your ring or your band, which I didn't grab mine already. So grab that. Make sure you have your weights around. So we'll keep those in a little while. Then we get our band. Sitting up tall. Spread the shoulder blades down. I like this one just to get the back incorporated in with the abs, because we're not only relying on the abs, it's the whole body together. Slide the shoulder blades down, sit up taller, and then press out into the band or pull apart, whatever you are doing. So you have some activation, and then tuck and roll halfway back. Pull the belly into the shoulder blades down, and then sitting up tall. Inhale, exhale, halfway back and hold. And sitting up tall. Our coffee shop's open, friend. Hold back halfway and little presses out. Like, hopefully the coffee shop by my house, like I'll be able to run in and grab a good coffee.
I would
The
say,
little things. 3, 2, hold. Send the arms all the way up to the sky. Slide the shoulder blades all the way down. Holding here, taking it back a little bit, and a little bit, and up a tiny bit, and up a tiny bit. Tiny back, tiny back, tiny up, tiny up. One more time, tiny back, tiny back, tiny back again, tiny back again. One more, and then roll all the way down to the mat. Inhale, press out into the band. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale to roll all the way up. Diving up, 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 reaching forward. Keep the arms in front of the shoulders. Reach, 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 reach. And then roll back halfway again. Slide the shoulder blades down. Twisting the rib cage around, keeping the legs so still. The left leg didn't move at all. Twist a little bit further, twist a little bit further, and unravel back to center. Twist, twist, twist. So the right leg didn't move. Twist a little further, press out into the band, and unravel back to center. Go back an inch. And we go twist, twist, twist. Just that rib cage, go a little further, lean a little bit back, and rotate back to center. One more time, twist, twist, twist. A little bit further, lean back a little bit further, bring it all the way back to center and up and over to the toes, take a stretch forward. So yes, I'm gonna be able to get a cup of coffee, right?
yeah.
Hooking it on to the right foot.
Nicole, there's even some new good ones in the neighborhood, so.
Yay! And roll all the way back. Good to know new businesses have opened during this. Stretching into the hamstring. Pushing the right sits bone to the front and just breathing into the hamstring. Easing into it. A little bend and straighten. I want pizza so bad. I want sushi. I want tacos. You guys have no idea. I cannot. Dying. Breathe into it. A little bit further. A little bit further. Straighten out through that leg. And then release, hooking it to toes for calf stretch. Toes pull down, heel pushes up. And breathe into the calf. Point flex. And then holding the toes down, pushing up. Breathing into it. So make sure you're not just in your hamstring, you want to feel this in your calf. So adjust your leg wherever you need to so your calf can get it. And then back to the center of the foot. And then spiral the leg out to the side for inner thigh stretch. Reaching out of your right inner thigh, firming your left down. The crazy thing is, I left when things were still normal. So even though I know that things are not normal, it's still just like I left it as it was. So I'm like, oh, I can come home and I'm going back to my life, but I understand in theory it's not like that, but part of me is like, oh, can like easily just go to Trader Joe's, no big deal, get my favorite chocolate. But that's not the case, right?
You could go to Trader Joe's, no big deal.
But with a line and craziness,
Not if you go to the one in Tribeca.
You got to go at the right hour, just like it used to be.
okay. And then sweep the leg back up to the sky, and then let it come a little bit across the body to stretch the side of the hip, pushing your right hip away, grounding your back pocket to the mat and breathing into the side of the leg.
Just don't go on the weekend.
Right, exactly, like you never wanted to do unless you got up early Sunday morning when it was still quiet.
It's still not as crowded as it used to be. It's not that bad.
Okay. Take 2 more breaths here, soften the ribs. And then into spinal twist. Let the leg fall across the body, moving in the opposite direction. And then you'll extend that leg back out into the mat, shake it out, grab your band, and let's peel up and over. Then up and over to the left foot, looking around. And then tuck your pelvis and roll it back down. And breathe into the back of the leg. And so just starting to ease into it. Maybe you add that bend and straighten. Pushing the left hip away, anchoring the back pocket down. Shoulders relaxed. Maybe you can go back a little bit further with each breath now. You can straighten out a little bit further. Last breath here. And then hugging into the toes for calf stretch. Toes pull down, no pushes up. And then you can point and flex. Working on the ankle mobility. Hold the toes down, heel up. And then bring it back to the center of the foot. Spiral the leg open and out to the side for inner thigh stretch. Shoulders relax. Breathe into the inner thigh. Keep lengthening out of your left heel, pushing your right hip down for 2 more breaths. And then we'll sweep that leg back up to the sky. And a little bit across the body to stretch through the side of the hip, anchoring the back pocket down, pushing your left hip away. So you keep this same length on both sides from your rib to your hips, and the leg just comes a little bit across. Shoulders relax into the mat. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then into a spinal twist. So the leg fall across the body and looking the opposite direction. And extend that leg all the way back out to straight. Keep your band handy. We might use it for some bridging. Shake it all the way out. Bend the knees, feet to the mat. Let's set up our neutral. So just adjusting your pelvis, maybe arching inward a couple times. And then allow your pelvis to settle into hips in line, hip bones in line with your pubic bone. Drawing the low abs in by engaging from the pelvic floor, keeping your lumbar curving with those back bottom ribs down, soften the front arcs of the body, lengthen the arms up to the sky. Slight tuck of the chin, so lift the head, neck, and shoulders, press your hands towards your hips, and then come a little bit further, lifting from your upper abs, not from your jaw. Lower all the way back down, inhale, exhale. So just notice how you can lift your upper body without moving your pelvis. Inhale, exhale, reach. Pull the next one all the way up. So your pelvis didn't have to move to lift your upper body, and then extend the arms back alongside the ears and press the hands forward. Inhale and exhale. Lift out of your pelvic floor. 2. Last one, hold the arms all the way back, press up, little lifts. Lift, keeping the biceps alongside your ears, that tiny tuck in your chin with a line between your chin and your chest for 3, 2, last one. Lower your head, relax the arms by your sides, widen the collarbone, right leg to table, left leg to meet it without losing neutral. Draw the abs in, march the right toes to the front edge of the mat, float up, left leg forward. So starting with your march, starting at wherever you need it to be, maybe it's all the way and you're ready to go. Maybe you want to only march out just an inch to start to sort out your pelvis. Shoulders relax, draw the abs in, lift up out of the pelvic floor. 2 more like that. Shoulders are relaxed. And then start to go faster. We're gonna go switch and switch and switch and switch. Bring your hands behind your head, keep your legs going. Float the head, neck, and shoulders up, lifting up, and just keep the legs going. Tap the toes a little further to the front edge of the mat. For 4, breathe. 2, and last one, bring the legs back up. Hug the knees in, let your head rock side to side. Hands back down to the sides, legs super glued together. Draw the abs in, shoulders relax. Lift up out of your pelvic floor as you let both legs fold forward, and then draw the legs back up. Hinging at the hips, let both legs go forward and floating up. So any amount. I know if I go too far, I start to arch my spine if my abs aren't turned on. So where is it best for you this morning? See if you can lift from your low belly. Shoulders are relaxed. And then let the legs go halfway forward again, hands behind the head, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. And then keep them halfway forward, go down a tiny inch, up a tiny inch, tiny down, tiny up. So staying wherever it's best for you, tiny movement, tiny down, tiny up. Soft through the jaw. You can always keep your head down, and then don't lower your legs as far. For 3, breathe. And last one, jump the legs all the way back up. Hug the knees all the way in. Rock your back into the mat. And then back into neutral. Legs to tabletop. Hands up to the sky. Wide for the collarbone. Float the head, neck, and shoulders up. Keeping your hands reaching up like they can touch the ceiling. Extend your right arm away from your body, left leg forward. And back to center. Other side, you lengthen. And back to center. Sinking the abs down and in. Can you drop your belly button to your spine while keeping your lumbar curve? So not flattening out your back, but not creating an arch. Whatever is the natural curve for your spine. One more like that each way. Bring it all the way back to center. Hug it all the way in. Relax. Your head back side to side. We're gonna come up and do something similar, but it's gonna be same side of the body now. So we're not gonna do opposite. Legs to table. Bringing your left hand onto your left thigh, and then bring your right hand up to the sky. Start to push your thigh and your hand together. So feel how that left side oblique started to really work. Now your right side oblique is also gonna start to work. Reach your right arm, right leg away from your body, the head is still down, and bring it back to center. So you're just lengthening the arm and leg away from the body, while the left side is pushing in. So they're doing different things, both sides. So you're lengthening on the right, you're pushing your hand and your thigh together on the left. 3, abs in. 2, last one, bring it back to center, switch sides. Left arm, left leg, reach away from the body and back up to start position. The right side is connected. They're pushing together. Are you staying in neutral? The neck is relaxed. 5 more. 5, 3, Sink the belly to the spine. 3. Push together. Last one. Back to center and hug it all the way in. Bring the legs to tabletop, reach your hands to the sky. Inhale. On your exhale, press your hands towards your hips, extend your legs at a high diagonal, zip your abs in, pull the knees in, head down. Inhale, exhale. Lengthen arms and legs, zip your abs in. And back down. 2 more like that, and then we'll go into the hundreds. And the next one stays up and lifted. Hold here, start to pump the arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Legs can be parallel, legs can be in turnout. What's best for you today? Legs can also be in tabletop. Legs can also be on the floor. Where do you feel like your abs are getting it most? Maybe try it. Now that I just even put my feet on the floor to show that, I'm like, oh, maybe I can find a little deeper activation. Lift up out of the pelvic floor. Inhale, big exhale. Maybe try different variations. Maybe you take your legs lower towards the mat. Where are you at today? 3 more sets. Inhale, big exhales. Inhale, big exhale. Inhale, and exhale, and hold. Take the legs up to the sky, and then hug the knees in and relax. Just circles in the ceiling with your nose. And reverse. And bring it all the way back to center. Legs come up to table. Glue the heels, turn the toes apart for your frog legs. Knees are as wide as the pelvis. Hands are on the mat to start. Extend the legs out, squish your inner thighs, and drag it back in. Press out, squeeze inner thighs, and drag it back in. Lengthen. And in. Belly button into the spine, wrap the ribs in. Shoulders are relaxed. And then if it feels good, we'll float the hands an inch up off the mat and float the head, neck, and shoulders up. And then we're gonna take it into circles. They're gonna go out, they're gonna come down an inch and pull it together, but you kept your heels here the whole time. So frog leg circles, they go out, in and around. Lengthen, in, extend, in. 1 more, and reverse. Push out, up, in, and around. All the while keeping your pelvis so still. Squeeze. Squeeze. 1 more like that. Squeeze those inner thighs, bring the legs all the way up. Hug it all the way in, relax. Release the arms down to the mat, collarbone is wide. Extend the legs up to the sky. Turn the legs apart, so you're in turn out. Squish the right leg over the left, so inner thighs. We're gonna start to crisscross the legs, down for 8, up for 8. So they're gonna cross one over the other, and they're gonna lower towards the mat for 8, lift up for 8. So we're gonna cross down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So quick little movements and take it up. Beating the inner thighs over the other without letting your pelvis go. Lift. So we're all probably doing a little bit different count of 8. So I want you to really focus on where your pelvis is at, going at a speed that's comfortable for your body. 1 more set down. Taking it up. All the way back up to the sky. Reach the hands up to the sky and just reach the fingertips up towards the toes and lower back down. Imagine your legs are against a wall. You reach up to your toes and lower. Lift to your toes and up. Draw those low abs in. Lift for 3. Last one. Bring the legs all the way back in. Give the knees a little hug. Circle the knees around in the hip sockets. Let go of any tension. And reverse. And bring it all the way back to center. Place the feet on the mat. Reach the hands to the sky. Walk the feet away from you just a little bit. Collarbone wide. Inhale. Exhale to roll yourself all the way up onto your sits bones. Let's grab your band. If you have your ring, whatever, we're gonna put it on the outside of your thighs. If you don't have some, you could also put something in between your thighs. And just work it a little different. Also grab your light weights. Well, if you have heavier weights, get them. I have 1 set of weights, so they just happen to be a light set. So we're gonna place the band around the thighs. We're gonna come into bridging with the arms as well. So if you have it, if you don't even worry. Send the arms out, sit up tall, so the shoulder blades down, tuck the pelvis, and roll yourself back down into the mat. Keeping the hands back all the way up to the sky. Walk your feet in, so you're gonna be set up for your comfortable bridge position. Make sure there's nothing underneath your neck. Tuck the pelvis, and then roll your hips up into your bridge position. Just pushing all the way up, vertebra by vertebra, and then sequentially all the way up. Inhaling at the bottom, exhale, rolling all the way up. Push the hips to the sky, push the knees forward, and sequentially rolling it down. More like that, rolling all the way up. And all the way back down. One more time. We'll roll all the way up and hold the up position. Push the hips a little bit higher and just start to push the thighs out and out and out. Collarbone is wide. And then hold them open just a touch. So just a little wider than the pelvis. But the feet are still planted into the mat. Tap your booty down to the mat, press up, squeeze the hips. Tap down, press up, squeeze. Now, as you do that, the elbows are gonna come tap out to the side. You lower the hips, lower the arms, and then everything presses up. Tap down, press up, squeeze. Down, up, squeeze. Breathe. Collarbone wide. Abs are in. For 3, squeeze. 2, firing up the glutes. Last one, holding it all the way up and just press the hips to the sky. Press up, up, up. You're gonna turn the palms towards each other. Keep going with those hips. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Lift the toes up, or I'm sorry, lift up onto your toes. Lift your heels all the way up. Palms are facing towards each other. Just pulse the band out, pulse out, out. Drawing the abs in, press the big toe mound down. And then hold just a slight bit open. Tap your booty down, press up, squeeze the glutes. Down, up, squeeze. Down, up, hold. Now the arms are gonna just open out to the sides as you lower your hips and press up. So the palms are facing towards each other. You create a big circle as you open and close. So the circle opens and then the circle closes. There's a micro bend in the elbow to keep that circle. Squeeze. Lower, also squeeze. And then hold everything up to the sky. And then tiny pulse of the hips up, press up, up. You're giving that little tension out into the band and then pressing the hips up. For 5. Last one, lower the heels, walk the feet to the outside edges of the mat. Taking the arms straight up and then bringing them back just a couple inches. Let's lift the toes, dig your heels down. Just press out into the band, press out. Out, out. Push the hips up a little bit higher, push the sits bones towards your calves, and then hold it open, tap your booty down, press up, squeeze. I don't know about you guys, but my booty is a little bit fired up at this point. Bring the arms back just a little bit, but keep sliding your shoulder blades away from your ears. As your butt goes down, bend your elbows backwards and straighten. Bend and extend. Watch that there's no tension in the neck. We're not putting any tension up into the head. You're keeping very broad across the shoulder blades. Squeeze, you just bend the elbows, they tap behind the head. And then hold everything up to the sky. Tap the knees to touch and then open as wide as you can. Tap the knees in, open as wide as you can. The arms are just staying up to the sky. You also can always bring the hands down. Where is it feeling best for you? And then hold the legs open as wide as you can, maybe a little bit wider, push your hips up, and then tiny pulses up, up, up. Whoa, friends, push up. I hope that you're feeling a little heat in the bum. For 5. And last one, drop the toes, walk the feet back to hip width apart. Bend the elbows so the triceps come down onto the mat. The palms are facing each other, but you have that support from the triceps. You're gonna extend the right leg out straight, just out straight so the toes face forward and lower back down. Left leg out straight. And back down, alternating sides here. You can bring your hands all the way down if it feels like it's too much. Pelvis stays still, pelvis stays lifted. One more like that each way, but we're gonna meet back with the right leg out straight, hold, point the toes, and just pulse the band out to the side. Pulse out with the right leg, pulse out, out. 5. Last one, place that foot on the mat, push the hips up, extend the left leg out straight, press the left leg out, out. Noticing does one leg feel like it was easier than the other for 4, 3, 2, last one, place that foot down, pulse the hips to the sky, press up, up, just evening everything out for 5. Last one, sequentially rolling your spine down to the mat.
Ooh.
Bringing the legs up to tabletop once you're there, one at a time. Inhale, exhale, we're gonna lift the head, neck, and shoulders, straighten the arms out, extend the left leg long, and then switch right and left. Single leg stretch with the band on, press and press with the hands reaching forward. You can also drop the weights if you don't want them. For 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, abs in, last one, back to center, hug everything in and relax. Let your head rock side to side. We're gonna take the hands up to the sky with the weights if you want them. They can be on the floor, doesn't matter. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders, reaching your hands just past your knees, lift up a little bit higher. Extend the arms and legs away at a high diagonal and then draw right back to center. Inhale, arms and legs go away and back to center. Zip the abs in. Can everything in center stay still as you extend and center? For 4, 2, can we keep this next one long? Of course we can. Hold, just open the arms and legs out and in and out and in, out and in. One more, bring it all the way back to center, hug it all the way in, and relax. Let your head rock side to side. Place your weights down just to take the band off. Grabbing your weights again if you want them. Legs to table. We're going to extend the legs up to the sky, press the weights up to the sky, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. We're going to reach the hands forward and then lower your left leg away from the body, double pull the right leg in, scissor the legs, pull, pull. Scissor, pull, pull. Brush the legs past each other. So if you don't want the weights, put them down. But if they feel like they're a little fun today, you can keep them in your hands. Pull, 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 pull. 2, and then we'll have a little challenge. Last one. Keep the right leg up to the sky, left leg long, left leg does tiny stirs. With the pelvis staying still, reverse. And then switch legs, right leg, tiny circles. And reverse. Keep that pelvis still, pull the abs in, both legs up, hug the knees in and relax. Let your head rock side to side. Placing one weight down. This is optional. We're gonna do single straight leg stretch or double straight leg stretch with a single weight in between your feet. So if it feels good and the weight is really light, feel free to do that. If it does not feel good, you put it down. I don't want it pulling in your hip flexors. So in between the feet, but maybe if you're doing this with bent knees, you can put it between your knees. If you want to give it a try, wherever is best for you. Legs are on the table, hands behind the head, and maybe that weight is just on the floor and you're not using it. Elbows are wide to the sides, float the head, neck, and shoulders up, extend the legs up to the sky. Squeeze into that weight, inhale, flip legs. Just try an inch first, just an inch down, and then drag the legs back up. Now maybe it's 2 inches. And up out of the pelvic floor as you lift. Lengthen and drag it up. And if you aren't using anything, make sure you're squeezing your thighs together, even if your knees are bent, squeeze the thighs together. For 3, dragging it up. 2. And last one. And bring it all the way up, reach up, grab your weight, hug everything in and relax. Head can rock side to side. Grab your other weight if you want it now in your hands. Legs to table. Hands reach up to the sky. Inhale, exhale to lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Extend your left leg long, and then tap the weights together underneath the right thigh, up and over to the left. Twist. And twist. Bottom rib to opposite. Twist. So you're reaching up and over, and if it feels good, maybe you reach both weights on one side. But if that throws you off a little bit, stay with one under the leg. For 3. Breathe. And 2. And last one. Back to center. Hug it all the way in. Take a quick little stretch here. Extend the arms and the legs long. Maybe with the weights, because sometimes holding the weights in the hands there gives you a little extra stretch if that feels good. And then reach the hands up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, peel yourself up. Vertebra by vertebra by vertebra, up, 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 and over, reaching forward, pull your abs in, and then scoop and roll it all the way down. Inhaling at the bottom, exhale, peeling all the way up. Reach forward, and scoop and roll it all the way down. One more time, we'll meet at the top. Inhale, and exhale, roll all the way forward, reach forward, and then send the arms back behind you and lengthen your spine. Turn the palms towards each other. And little pulses in. Widen through the collarbone. Lift up out of your low belly. Breathe. And hold the weights in and push them up to the sky. Press up. Lean a little more forward and then lengthen that spine. Maybe bend your knees a little bit. Flip the palms to the sky with the arms up higher and press up. Bring them together a little bit as well. And then tapping them together. Tap in. For 5. Last one, send the arms forward, flip the palms to the sky, her bicep curls, rounding your spine. Bicep curl. So stay where it feels best for your body. After this one, we're going right into side work for 5. Maybe back a little bit further. 2. And last one, turn the palms down, dive forward, and place the weights down. Just take a little stretch forward. And bring yourself up and onto your right side. We'll start into our side work. Bring all the way out. Head can be on your arm or up on your hand, your choice. Lay on your balance beam and then bring your feet an inch forward off of it. So just your heels would be on the balance beam. Your toes are a little bit forward. Spine is long and in neutral. Lift the top leg and then the hip. Feel like someone's got a hold of your foot and is pulling you a little wider and longer. Longer and lengthened out of your pelvis. Draw the belly in, even if you want to put your hand on your abs, and then let the legs sweep forward as far as you can without letting your pelvis move. Point, kick it backwards. Flex to bring it forward. Point and sweep. Flex, bring it forward. Point and sweep. So can everything stay still except for the leg? Firm that glute for the movement to happen. One more time. Flex to bring it forward. Point and sweep. Just bring it all the way forward and hold. Tiny bend and straighten. Bend, straighten. Keeping that leg in line with the hip. Bend, straighten. Push your bum back a little bit. Flex to the foot for 3. Last one. So the leg up to the sky and come right back to that position. So bring it up to the sky. And right back to that front position. Left side booty. 3. 2. Next one stays up to the sky. All the way up with the toes. Draw circles to the ceiling. Excuse me. There's so much dust in the air these days. The forecast is dust and reverse. It's starting to come from the Sahara, I think. And then hold, flex the foot, bring it all the way down, point and lift it up. Flex and pull it down, point and lift. Flex, drag it down, point and lift. One more. And then taking it all the way down, bend both knees 45 degrees, push the top hip away, clamshells lift and lower. We lift, squeeze, and down. Relax the top shoulder away from your ear. You get a hold at the top and then control down. Don't let the leg just fall. You want to make it work both ways, going up and going down. Squeeze. Next one, holding it all the way up and pulses up. Keep pushing your top hip away from you. And we're going to turn this into a rotation going in, knee to knee, and toe to ankle to open. So internal rotation to external rotation, knee to knee, toe to ankle. Knee to knee, toe to ankle. Is your pelvis staying still? Two. Last one. Close the knee down and pull the knees forward to 90 degrees now, side tabletop flex of the feet. Push the top hip away. Sweep the top leg open with control and then almost touch the bottom leg. Sweep right back up. Feet are flexed because that's going to get you more into the back of the leg. Keep pushing the top hip away. Lift, then lower. Squeeze. This next one comes down halfway to hold in tiny stirs. And around. And reverse that circle. Keep pushing the top hip away. Last one, lower that leg down. Press the legs all the way out, coming up onto the bottom forearm. Bottom elbow underneath you, legs are long. Top hand to your hip, press up out of your bottom elbow, and then lift the hips up high. For your plank, you could also have your feet start taking the top arm up to the sky. So you could have a bottom knee bent to the floor. You could have feet stacked. Just push those hips up for 5. 4, long neck. Last one, hips down. So move your head to the other edge of the mat and moving on to your other side. Your body be long. Set up just as you did on the other side. Push the top hip away. And then let the legs come a tiny bit forward, lift the top leg, flex the foot, sweeping it forward, point and sweep it back. Bring it forward and point and sweep it back. So maybe your hand comes to your abs to feel, are they drawing in to help stabilize your pelvis? Flex to bring it forward, point and sweep. Wrapping the ribs in. Flex, point, sweep. 2 more like that. Last one. Let's sweep the leg all the way forward, pushing the heel to the front and tiny bend straight. Bend straight in. Pushing the bum back. 3. For 5. Last one. Sweep the leg up to the sky. And then let it sweep back forward. Sweeping it up to the sky. And control as it comes down, side booty, lift that leg up. And down, 3 more. Control up and down. And 2. And last one, lift and hold, point the toes, and tiny circles to the sky. Long leg, can it reach all the way up to the ceiling? External rotation and reverse. And then flex the foot, jump the leg all the way down, point and sweep it right back up. Flex to drag it down, point and lift. Flex, pull down, point and lift. 2. Last one. And when it comes all the way back down, we set up our plants. Bend the knees to 45 degrees, heels in line with the tailbone, push the top hip away, open the top knee, and close. Open, squeeze the glute, control down. Up and lower, lift, squeeze. So are you pushing your top hip away? Continue to create space from your top rib to your hip, or from your bottom rib to the top of your hip. Wrapping the front ribs together and hold this one open, tiny pulses. You have that little curve in your low back. So check in with yourself and then add in your rotation. You go knee to knee, toe to ankle. So lubricating in that hip joint. Knee to knee, toe to ankle, all while also working the booty. Knee to knee, toe to ankle. Last one here. Close the knee down and then come forward with the leg. So you're in side tabletop. Make sure the knees are stacked. Push the top hip away. Poke your bum back. Sweep the leg up. And almost touch down. Flex the feet. Lift. And almost down. So very controlled movement. You open just as far as you're not going to roll your hips backwards. Lift and lower. 2. And last one, come down, hold, circles, stirring it around and around. Flex that foot, poke your bum back. And then reverse. Drawing the belly in. And lowering that leg all the way down. Extend the legs long, prop yourself up on your long form, setting up for your side plank, however you did so on the other side. Extend the top arm up to the sky, draw the abs up and in, and then float up. And hold here. Push those hips up to the bottom of the leg, long neck. Push your head back just a touch so you know it's not coming forward for 5, 4, 3, 2. And last one, lower the hips all the way down. And let's come over and set up for our front plank. So on your forearms or on your hands, whichever you need, whichever is feeling best for you today. And Neil will be on to tell us our story. Hands under your shoulders or elbows underneath your shoulders. Extend the legs long, draw the abs up and in, and kneel.
I was the one who made the appointment for my father to see a doctor, but it was my mother who got him there by ambulance, as it turned out. I was at work that day, but my mother described it. My dad's feet had grown tender to the point that walking on them felt like needles. He couldn't stand on them anymore. And when it was time to go, he had to be carried by paramedics, with him cracking jokes the whole time. What followed was a purgatory of blood draws, pulse checks, untouched meals, and squads of doctors making rounds. The diagnosis was Cushing's syndrome. His endocrine system had gone haywire. The growth in his throat was so large he was practically choking on it. I don't know how I missed it, my father told the doctors, as if he hadn't spent months, if not years, ignoring the pain. 3, 2, 1.
Downward dog. And pedal the knees out here, taking whatever last little movement you need. Micro bending knees, lift the sit bones a little higher, pressing the floor away from you, lengthening through your spine, press those heels back, and then slowly begin to walk your feet towards your hands. Little movement, pull the abs in, and at any point, you can start to lift your hands up off the mat if that's not comfortable, or bend your knees more. Come to where your feet are underneath your pelvis, let your head hang, let your arms hang, and just sway and let go of any tension. Letting your head be heavy, pulling your spine. And bring it all the way back to center, so the feet are hip width apart. Draw the abs in, soften the knees, and slowly start to pull your spine up. Vertebra by vertebra. Head being the last thing that lives. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Take a big inhale up, hold for a moment, and like we did at the beginning of class, march the right leg up and place it back down, left leg. Notice from how it felt in the beginning of class to now when those abs are super active, one more each way, and bring it back to center, arms down, one more time, big inhale up. And exhale. Thank you, Pilates Hotties, for joining me today. Nice work. It's so great to see you.